accidentally misclicked good luck. Sorry, have fun. I want him to have fun. Definitely don't want him to have good luck. Okay, let's switch to board view. Just make sure everything's adjusted. I think the window needs to be slightly larger or smaller. No, larger. Yeah, my mouse sensitivity's kind of thrown all of my alignments and everything off. I don't know how to change it back to exactly what it was. Okay, here we go. D5. I just have to make sure I don't misclick anything. D4, blunder, E4 is best by test. I don't know, Bobby Fischer. I don't know about all that. Oh god, I just forgot my theory. There's knight f6, right? Oh god, I just studied this. Yeah, knight f6. Okay, knight f6. Whoops. And then e6. Oh, this does not bode well. And then a6, and he plays a4. Or castles. Yeah, so castles is the best move, but a4 is what he normally plays. So after castles, I saw that c5 and b5 are both good. He's never played this line before, so this will be new waters for both of us. So c5, what are we looking at? c5 or b5? c5 outperformed b5. I'm probably just going to try c5. Yeah, c5. We'll give it a go. b5 is. Yeah, so I looked at these lines a little bit, not like heaps by any means, just enough. And what I learned is you can kind of get away with not castling for a fair bit in this opening. Like a lot of the castles are generally like later on. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then I think the theoretical move is bishop b3 here because b5 is eventually coming. And I think he doesn't want me to play b5 with tempo. Yeah, so a4. So this is kind of transposing to that other line. Because I believe after knight c6 in that other line, he castled. So I think knight c6 is getting us to that other line. Knight c6 and then knight c3. And then bishop e7 or d takes c4. And both those lines had about 50% play rate, and in both of those lines, I think black performed all right. Note that this is not possible yet. After knight c3 it is though, so it kind of gives me an incentive to figure out what I'm doing with the queen. Ugh, this mouse sensitivity is disgustingly useless. I don't even know how to fix it. It's one of the buttons on my mouse. That feels better. I wonder if that did it. Okay, let's try knight c6 now. Yeah, knight c6, knight c3, bishop e7. Ah, yes. Let me do the El Clasico. Whisper twitch.tv/. I always throw that in the spectator room so that people aren't wondering why I'm not putting commentary in there. Is that salt annoying anyone else? It's annoying me. Let's get it out of the way. I made the mistake of watching the I am not a GM thing before this game, and I fell asleep watching it. And because I fell asleep watching it, I woke up with like you know those nap hangovers you get when you sleep in the middle of the day? So I like splashed cold water on my face and I came here. Okay, so bishop e7 and c takes d4, and I looked at both of them. In both of those lines, white got a pretty good game. So bishop e7, d5 takes, knight takes, yeah. So the merit is I trade off a couple pieces here. I think the actual line involves I think the actual line involves queen e2 first, so that once I take on d4 like this, he has the rook pin on my queen as an intermezzo. I don't know if there's any differences with the move orders here. So bishop e7 looks entirely sensible. C takes d4 looks entirely sensible. I think it's just a toss-up between those two moves. What I'm noticing now is the structure really reminds me of a Sicilian sort of. It's very like the A6, E6, maybe like a Khan Sicilian, except these D pawns are gone. Just something to keep in mind. Possibly an isolated pawn here. The FM has no respect. Yeah, possible an isolated pawn. Yeah, that is one approach with C takes D4. That would lead to an isolated pawn. So do I want to play that position with the isolated pawn? I don't think the isolated pawn right now is an issue though, because takes. Well, let's say he trades the whole house. Takes, and I play bishop e7. He can just push in that position, can he? Yeah, he can, because takes, knight takes, bishop takes. There is no isolated pawn position in this. Like, there's no way to force an isolated pawn here. The problem with bishop e7 is he takes here, and then I take here, and then he takes here, and then I take here, and it's considered like a wasted tempo for me. I also need to sort out how I'm going to develop this at some point. Alright. So c takes d4. It comes down to what I'm more afraid of. C takes d4, the main line. Let's say he just takes on the isolated pawn, and he tries to just crush me. What do I do? I also have the option of getting this bishop here, but I haven't seen that in any of my opening prep, which concerns me. Just the idea being that like pushing this becomes more difficult when I have the threat of taking the knight at any point. I don't know. A lot of things to weigh up, right? I don't want to spend too much time on this decision, so I'm just going to pick something and commit to it. I think I'll go with takes, just on the basis that bishop e7 does lose in tempo. If I do go with takes, he has this open E file. And when he punches this through, that's much scarier. Yeah, that kind of changed my mind, actually. Because takes, bishop e7, he punches this through, takes, castles, rook here. That position's probably fine, but the position after bishop e7 looks like completely fine, you know? Like it doesn't look like there's much for him to go on there. So I'm going to go with bishop e7. I just need to double check that him punching this through is not an issue. Takes, knight takes, bishop takes, just castles, and I should be totally fine there. And I've given my bishop a window. He might be able to take here with double pawns. I don't know. Doesn't concern me. Bishop e7. Let's send it through. Okay. So he knows I'm out of theory now. I took a very long time on that move. I think the theme of this game is, can I get my pieces active? How do I get my light square bishop out? How do I untangle? How do I untangle here, basically? So he takes. So theoretical would be takes. And I don't see any reason not to go in for that. Developing the light square bishop is a challenge, but it was always going to be a challenge. His dark square bishop is faced with a lot of the same challenges, I would argue. Only his rook controls the d file, so he can develop to the d file a lot easier than I can. Either way, I can just castle, actually. If I castle, he can't punch b4 to defend the pawn. If I castle, can he save the pawn? If he can't save the pawn, I think castling is almost indisputably better. Okay, so castles. Oh, how does he defend the pawn? There's no bishop move to defend the pawn. Yeah, there's no way his queen can defend it. This is not possible because I'll just take it. Do I want to just castle? It's starting to look really reasonable. If I don't see a concrete reason, why not? I'll just let the queens stare at each other. Because right now I'm just handing him the open file after all of that, and it's going to be really hard to get it back. Consider like takes, whoops, takes, and takes. And then I assume b3, because the fianchetto diagonal is probably where his bishop belongs. And then I castle. It's really hard for me to get my rook to the d file without having to move my knight back, and then developing this bishop is awkward. I don't know. Maybe there is a merit to just castling here. If I castle, what if he goes this though? That's annoying. Castle, take here, rook to the open file. I suppose queen c7. Can my queen be harassed on that square? I think my queen would be fine there. And then I guess I'll fianchetto my light square bishop. My light square bishop will come to b7 after some b6 something. b6, maybe a5, maybe push again. Should be fine. Castles, what about queen c7? I think the same sort of motifs apply. This knight should be a sufficient defender. After he tries the fianchetto, I'll have to be a little careful. Should be entirely fine. Okay, I'm going to try castling here. I really hope he can't hold the pawn, because if he can, I'm going to look like a right fucking moron. Castles, let me just double check one last time. Rook takes. There's no knight here, there's no knight here. And, yeah, I'm just going to castle. That looks reasonable to me. Anyway, how are y'all doing? How are my viewers? You guys having a good weekend? Or week, whatever. I don't know what time zones y'all are in. It's weird. I hope everyone's doing well. Not getting too bored during the corona. The outdoor gyms have reopened, like, you know, like, not gyms, but how do I explain it? Like, you know, like adult playgrounds, basically. Like you go there and there's a chin-up bar and a pull-up bar and there's dips and whatnot, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's reopened. So I've been going there and getting my daily exercise in, which is nice. It's good that there's still ways to stay fit. Yeah, so queen e2 as expected. And then my plan was just to recapture this pawn immediately. And then after rook here, yeah, this looks totally fine. What if he punches this through? I suppose I can meet that with e5, and that's probably just the most equal position I'm ever going to get. His rook might come to the c file at some point, which could be very scary. I might have to think about different squares for my queen, but I think for now, I need to get this pawn back. Is there any rush? No, this has to be taken. My bishop needs to be fianchetto. There's just no other way to develop it from what I can tell. So I will just take here. Interestingly, hear me out here. Once he gets his rook to the d file, I can play this, and the position is pure symmetry. Right? Pure symmetry, only he's up 2 moves. How many moves is he up? Yeah, 2 moves. That doesn't... pure... I don't know, I'm not sure I like that. Pure symmetry is usually good for drawing chances, but he's white, so he should only be up 1 move on me, not 2. So consider that if he plays rook here and I play queen e7, and then he plays b3, I play b6, he plays bishop here, I play bishop here. The position is like more or less symmetrical other than these A pawns. Only he has this rook here already, and it's his move. And having the rook there is a desirable move. Then again, I'm not sure that extra tempo is worth much. I can just move my rook to the D file anytime I want. Yeah, I think I can. It's okay, so he's not going for any symmetrical approach, so very likely he might be threatening to push E5 on me, which is pretty serious. So he's not going to fianchetto his bishop is basically what he's saying there. Queen C7 doesn't prevent this, unfortunately. I was hoping it would. So if I play E5 now, he has this pin, and in response to that pin, there may be nothing better than just moving my bishop back, which looks really, like it starts to look pretty ugly. So if there's an alternative approach, I think I'd rather like literally anything else. So we'll have to figure that out. 1 second. Anything important? I just got double question marked, I don't know what that means. All right. Okay, so E5, why is this a serious threat? My knight really can't go here. If I play E5 myself, which looks alright, I run into this move. I guess he runs into it too. Yeah, being one tempo slower allows like some pretty ridiculous moves. Huh. I'm not sure how to treat this. I go knight here. What does he play? So, okay, let me just 100% rule out E5, because E5 would be my move of choice, but E5, bishop pins the knight, and then bishop pins the knight, and then let's say H6, looks really reasonable. He can insert rook here. Let's say I have to defend the bishop if I don't want double pawns, so queen d7. And then he can even insert this move, and then that's crushing. That's a loss. Just double check it, but I'm pretty much happy to rule that out now. Bishop pin. The best case scenario after that is I end up with double pawns. If I try retaining the symmetry, I'm always one move too slow. Okay, so that's not possible. I need to start thinking alternate moves. Queen c7. When this pin comes, I need to know how I want to meet it. And I also want to be able to prevent this. Is there any move that achieves both goals? So I was thinking knight d4 forces knight takes, queen takes, and I'm on this pawn. But after rook here, I don't have enough attackers because this knight's defending. I could play queen here, and f4 is not possible because of the bishop pin. That looks reasonable. Are there any gambit lines? No, there aren't. If I play something slow like b6, e5, where's my knight going? Let's say knight d7. It looks like I'm getting mated in that position, like real quick. Even this move is sufficient to put me, like all these moves are sufficient to put me on edge. Okay, so how do I deal with all this? Not queen d4, knight d4. He doesn't have any intermezzos because I take his queen with check. So knight d4, queen takes, rook over, queen goes back. Is there any tactics? Oh, lovely, there is. Oh no, there isn't because the knight defends. Oh, okay. So knight in. Knight takes, queen takes, even bishop here could be a problem with f4 to follow. Huh. I can't already be busted. There's no way. I haven't played any moves. It'd be ridiculous to be busted already. There's no way. Like, literally nothing has happened. Yeah, even this is a problem move, right? I really want e5 to work. Is there any way I can force it to work? No, there's just too many tempo moves. Okay, say queen c7. What does he have there? Bishop comes out. Maybe I just move my bishop back and admit that the position's terrible. After this move, where's my knight going there, right? If I play queen a5, I can punch through b5, I think. That's not the... I always do this though. I always bring out my queen too early. It's one of my mistakes that I make a lot. But it does look like counterplay, and it does look like it activates my light square bishop. After this bishop is hanging, right? Let's say queen here, pawn push, knight back. There's a lot of attackers, and then rook moves. It does kind of look like I'm getting mated, but concretely I don't see it. And I do like the idea that I may have tactics with taking this pawn at the end of any line. Okay, I'm going to play queen c7 because I really don't see anything better. I'm pretty unhappy with my position already, to be honest. After this, it's just knight back, and I'm going to have to hope that there's enough defense here. I do have the option of knight here, actually, attacking the bishop. So yeah, I'm picturing here, 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 he gets a third defender on it. And then takes, 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 and takes. I haven't counted the material there, but I think that's, yeah, I'd be down a minor piece there. Okay, so that's not possible yet, but it might be. It's something like in the position to think about. How does it feel to know Hammer Narath has 3K viewers while sleeping, yet you play a highly intelligent game and you don't have 3K? Maybe sleeping streams is the way of the future. Is Ammon or Amoranth, is he hot? Is it a she? What is it? Let's Google it. Ah, it's a hot woman. Okay. Well, look, I can't compete with being hot, can I? I wasn't gifted with, you know, being female. What I was gifted with was a 2K rating, and that is it. That's the full extent of my blessings. Obviously, I would rather, you know, have boobs and be, like, hot. That would clearly be the way to go if I was going to go one way or another. Instead, all I have is quality chess. This is insane, though. I don't actually, I don't know how to not reconcile. I don't know how to work this position. Because once this pawn gets to here, I'm doing pretty poorly. I think, yeah, the knight will just have to reroute. And it's just tough. It's a tough position. Being down a full tempo is not great. Like if you think about this position, I play e5 and I'm just too slow. Bishop pins. Just too slow. If I pin him back, knight jumps in, and what am I doing against all of that? Was that actually possible? Because I just thought about it. The worst he can do is double my pawns. Something to think about. Maybe it wasn't too bad. I'll need to check it with the engine. I'm a little bit out of my depth in this position already, to be honest. So yeah, he seems to have exited book. That's for certain. This sort of move is not yet possible. I do plan at some point of finding a tactic, but I don't know what it will be. I want b5 to work, I just don't think it will. Are there pawn sack lines? No. Pawn sack lines are problematic because... wouldn't that be fun? He says, seriously considering it. No, that's suicide. Okay. The only reason I'm considering it is because there's tactics here. But I don't think they're on. Okay, so yeah, that pawn's gonna suck to get rid of. So if I go here and let's say h6, I can just take, so that's not possible. Here and rook defends, then I can take here. So that's why I'm pretty seriously considering it. How would he defend this pawn? Bishop to the f, bishop here? Seems to defend the pawn. And then could I add extra pressure somehow? It's weird how seriously I'm considering it. It looks so dubious. Theoretically, the knight's just hanging to any knight move. But I don't see any good knight moves. Like if he plays any knight move, I just take the pawn. Okay, here, so he has to defend the pawn, right? We all agree. And the only ways to defend the pawn are this, and this. And the rook move doesn't work, so it'll have to be the bishop move. Looks a bit seedy though, hey? Looks so seedy. Is it so crazy that it'll work, or is it just crazy? I don't know where I land on this. Because h6 is not possible. h6 I just take. So one move he spends defending, and then h6 is coming next though. So by next move, queen here. Is that enough? h6 takes. Not quite enough. What if I combine it with the tactic from earlier? So bishop here. Takes. Knight takes, defends the bishop. Here. I'm thinking also g5. It sounds crazy, but seems to work because knight takes. That's got to be suicide though. I'm walking into a pin. Okay, so just checking. I think bishop f4 is a concrete refutation of my idea. I mean, I have this forcing takes, but then my knight's stranded. Takes, but then I'm on his bishop. If he takes my knight, I take his bishop. Oh, I can't. The queen laterally. No, it doesn't. The bishop stops the queen from laterally defending. I don't know. This kind of looks working. It's crazy, but here bishop f4, and then knight in, and then knight takes, bishop takes, and if he takes this, I take that. And if he does this, how do I defend? Yeah, that's a hard threat to defend, isn't it? Okay, one last check, and then I will play knight d7. Here, 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 here. And, ooh, in that line I have bishop takes with check. It's just such a dumb tactical liability to take on, but it seems to be fine. Okay, let me. So that line seems to work. Um, Unless there's some other way. No, there's no other way to defend. Okay, here, there, here, 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 here. Queen takes. Queen takes. I'm actually threatening to take this pawn. Oh, it just looks so tempting. It's so dumb, but so tempting. What if he just moves the bishop back? He just waits a 10. What's my counter to that? Okay, let me recalculate with that. Here, bishop here, knight here, whoops. Knight here, knight takes, pawn takes, sorry, bishop takes, and then he just backs up. Or even worse, goes for mate or something. Where's my knight going at the end of that line? Yeah, my knight's just stuck at the end of, like, if he just moves his bishop, my knight is still on pre for some other turn. Which means, as unfortunate as it sounds, I think the knight has to go back because I don't see any further resources that would save the position of my knight. Let me just check that this d5 square isn't anything. I don't think it is. I think that's just me hanging a pawn. It's kind of irritating. Yeah, maybe there is merit here. Okay, wait, here, what would he take with? Let's say he takes with the bishop. Pawn takes. If he does knight takes there, what do I have? Knight takes is annoying because where's my queen going to go? Because then he moved like to the d file and he just gets the rook. Okay, so here is pretty much refuted by bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes. Because I don't see any way, any line that would let me fix all my problems there. Okay, knight d7, and we'll just try and survive. Yeah, so I took a big think there, but my position's already quite bad. Once that pawn gets to e5 and that f6 square is under control, you're doing pretty poorly. There will probably be a lot of merit in me playing rook d8 and knight f8 to try and prevent myself from getting mated at some point. We'll have to figure it out. Should be a fun position. I think a5 might actually be a pretty wise choice. No, a5's not wise for him. Yeah, so bishop defends as anticipated. The quicker I get this knight out of the way, the quicker I can start looking for tactics on this bishop. So do I want my rook on d8 now? So essentially what's the line as I see it, at least, is he's going to move that knight in and then get the queen in for mate. But I think once I have this knight on f8, there is no mate. I think a rook to d8 is very sensible here. It's one of the few like guaranteed improving moves I still have. If he goes here, knight f8. There is still a lot of questions left in this position, isn't there? Like how I'm going to get this light square bishop active. If I play b6, is that maybe a touch too slow? b6, knight comes in, kick the knight back, where's it going to go? It can sack itself here, I think. Takes. Maybe not yet. So one of my key issues here is after this move, I can't take this pawn because he just goes back. Oh, I can. I can unpin by taking the knight. That pin's still like pretty irritating. I would have to at some point play like f6 or something to make sure I don't lose the pin. Maybe rook d8 is reasonable. Rook d8, b6, and just hope his attack doesn't come fast enough. Rook d8, yeah. Rook d8. What do I do against knight in? That's actually pretty strong. Knight in. He attacks my bishop. Where's my bishop gonna go? Maybe this will be the way, and that'll save the bishop with a threat. Yeah, okay, maybe that'll have to be the approach. The problem is this knight can actually come to f6 in some lines, not in all, but definitely in some. Okay, rook d8, b6. It's hard to get my pieces active. I mean, if I play this now, takes, here, takes. I have 3 attackers on this pawn, right? How does he sort all that out? Rook over, knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes, queen takes. That position's equality. Maybe I do want to go for this. What's his counter? I think knight takes is forced. Any sort of ducking move, I'll just take, I guess. And then some tactics here. Okay, so knight here actually looks really nice. Knight here, bishop takes, and I'm on this pawn. And defending that pawn is actually quite difficult, because I always have tactics with taking here if this rook moves. What if the other rook comes to d8? Knight here takes. Knight here takes. The other rook comes to d8, defending. I might end up taking this knight, takes, and then probably b5 would be the punch in that situation, b5. Something. I think that's good. I don't see anything better. Rook d8 is alright, I guess. But this move seems to trade off a couple pieces. Trade off his best attacking piece, I think. So I will punch it through. Boy, these FIDE Masters are no slouches. He's got 45 minutes on his clock still in a 45-minute game. I'm just going to fill up on water real quick. It's Amaranth or whatever her name is. You mentioned her earlier. She's getting 3K views while sleeping. I felt like my account was going to get banned for looking her up. Twitch is yeah, Twitch is inconsistent sometimes with its rules, from what I've heard. But no further comment. I'm 1 follower off affiliate, so let's not piss off the Twitch gods. All right. Now's not the time. So I think my ideal situation here is opposite color bishops. If I could achieve that somehow, that would be excellent. Because I think this position's like really bad for me. The best I can hope for is forcing a draw. I don't even know how this position got so bad so quick. I didn't even feel like I did anything wrong. Like, is that crazy? What did I do wrong? Maybe taking the pawn was what was wrong. Maybe just e5. Yeah, e5 now would have made a lot of difference, I think. Huh. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Maybe he'd be able to keep the pawn, but maybe not, you know? We'll have to review an analysis. I read somewhere on a sports psychology page that a mistake chess players make is reanalyzing earlier positions during the game to figure out why their position's so bad, which is apparently a mistake because you want your mental energy to be where the position's now. After the game, you can do all the analysis you want. So what happens if I take the pawn? That's obviously the most important line. There's got to be some crippling tactic. Because this position looks like totally fine to me. If I take the pawn, let's say bishop takes, some knight move. I don't really see it. I really want to take the pawn. I just have to make sure I know why he thinks I can't take the pawn. I mean, like, these moves are annoying, but I don't think there's anything like crushing, right? Takes. I'm up a pawn, no? I'm up a pawn and my position's decent? Well, I'm definitely not doing knight takes. That's suicide. What am I missing? That's what happens with these FMs, these bastards. They play a move, and you go like, oh, I can take the pawn, and then they've calculated some 30 move sequence, which is why you can't take the pawn. But in this case, it really does look like a free pawn. It's kind of getting to me how free this pawn looks. What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? If anyone in the chat says they see why I can't take that pawn, that's bullshit. You're all lying. No way can you guys see something. Bishop takes. Is there mate threats? I just don't believe it. Worst case, my queen can defend from like b8, right? All right, let's see what he's got in store for me. Let's see how he's gonna do me dirty. What have you got for me, bud? Come on, give me the dicking. Maybe there's some mating threats with the ideas of the discovery? I don't know, he's gonna do me dirty somehow. You know what's funny? Here's what's funny. I am now 21-27 on Lead Chess. A week or two ago I was 21-70, so I'm not always this bad. But I'd say I'm decently rated on Lead Chess. And I still can't beat Magnus like age 10 on the app. And I know it's just a Stockfish clone, but it gives me the absolute saltiest moods to know that like Magnus is claiming that 10-year-old him is better than me. And it probably is. I think even 9-year-old him is probably better than me, but he didn't play like Stockfish. There's no way he played like Stockfish at age 9 and age 10. I run his moves through an engine, like when I'm playing him, and it's just engine, like every move is just straight engine. So I don't know what I'm missing. He's gone into a think, which is kind of nice. I like that. That's a plus. You know what I can do? Should I uncolor map this? I know you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Can I hide it? There we go. See, that looks better, I think. I can re-enable it later, but the green looks nicer, and you can see his FM title nice and shiny, the way it should be. What is that rating gap? Is that 300 points? 200 points? 250 points. That's funny. Technically, I put my I put my FIDE rating and his FIDE rating into an ELO win rate odds calculator, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the ELO system comes with predicted win rates from each player's FIDE rating. So you can put your rating in, put their rating in, and it'll tell you what your chances of winning are. And I was blessed with a 0.00004% win rate. He had no trick. That is just a pawn. Wow. Wow, that is just a pawn. I'm up a pawn. If I take, he'll take with the F pawn. Do I leave the tension? No, I don't think I leave the tension. B5? No, that is just a pawn. Okay, wait. Shit just got serious. I could get a W here if I'm careful. I always have checks to get out of any rook moves after he takes with the F pawn. I'm going to take this now and offer a queen trade with Queen E5. Queen E5, any tactics? I don't see any. I'm up a pawn. Holy shit, I'm up a pawn. But my position is still kind of dubious. So queen here, what is he going to play? Takes, where does his bishop go? Let's say it just goes back. Bishop d7, and it's going to come to c6. Holy shit. Oh my word. Okay, I need to... Wow, okay. Here. Sorry, here. Is there any way for him to divert this? No. Takes, I'll just take, okay. I think a queen trade is very reasonable here. Okay. I do need to sort out my development. B6 looks very reasonable. It's just these rooks start coming in. I want to get the queen trade in. Takes. Here. Some knight move to defend his bishop. Knight d7. Bishop d7, sorry. Or if not some knight moves, some bishop move. Bishop here, and then I should just be able to... Okay. Just need to check there's no fuckery. I don't see any fuckery. Alright, queen trade offered. And then I need to get my rook to the d file, and then we should be doing fine. Okay, he doesn't allow it, makes sense. If I offer another queen trade, where does he go? First things first, if I go knight here, what does he do? Probably bishop here. I guess the idea is he can eventually snap off this pawn. b5 now, hangs this. Rook b8. That looks reasonable. Rook here, queen here, sorry. And then eventually punching this through. Queen here, where does he go? Say here. You go here. Okay, let me think. Rook d8 now. The rook's just hanging. Rook b8 looks reasonable here. Maybe here, and then rook b8. Yeah, that looks reasonable. Once this bishop gets to d7 and c6, my position should be totally fine. Whoa. Okay, this is weird. This is exhilarating. I'm up a pawn. I could probably try pressing for a full point once I get my pieces active. A little bit of an error by him, I think. if knight e4. Okay, for some reason I thought he'd left his bishop undefended and I hadn't taken it. That's funny. Just bishop d7 and bishop c6. I should be doing great. Knight e5. Knight e5, still bishop d7. No, knight e5, take the queen, obviously. And then maybe knight b6 hits the a pawn. And then bishop d7. Developing with b6 would obviously be my first preference, but it allows his rook to the, yeah, so I figured he might try that. He needs to keep the queens on. So, what happens if I offer another queen trade? Where does he go? If I do something like this, trying to get active, where does he go? This knight is a bit loose in that position. Then I could play b6, because he's forced off this diagonal. So here, b6. Knight here is not possible because this is here. Alright, so knight here looks very reasonable. Where's this queen going to go? Any d-file squares, I now have this. Okay, I think this is the try with b6 to follow. And if this... Here, let's say he just backs up all the way. And I go bishop d7. Does he have b4? He does have b4, so maybe not. Here, queen goes back. b4 is really, really irritating. Interesting. I can go here. Wait, did I just get a follower? Greetings, mate. Big Boss 52. Good luck, move. Oh, random move. It's good to see you again, man. Didn't you dick me a couple weeks ago? By the way, Big Boss 52, thank you for being my 50th follower, and I think I can now affiliate with Twitch. So, cheers, man. Greetings. Okay. So, knight b6. I'm also considering just queen here. And I'm happy to just draw and get out of this game, to be honest, if he lets me. But he might try something a little dirty than that. Yeah, so that line's actually kind of worse, because if I go here, rook here, and then I take, and then rook takes, and then knight moves with tempo, he gets doubled up. And if he gets doubled up, I'll never be able to unpin my rooks. Knight c5, queen goes back. Rook to the d file is now possible, but b4 and my knight is kind of trapped. Rook b8 is kind of tempting. How's the chess game going? I will respond to that in a second. Okay, so queen trade I don't like, because takes, knight move here, and then it's basically impossible to unwind my position. He gets the other rook over. I'll never be able to double on this file. Then again, neither will he. Because my knight defends d7. And I could just double on the c file. What's the difference? Okay, let's go queen e5. Looks totally reasonable. Here, takes, here, b6, and there's no way for him to infiltrate. So he'll have to double, and then I'll just go here. And if he comes Oh, after b6, if he comes down, what do I do? That's the only thing left to consider. Rook here with tempo, moves somewhere. That's a bit complicated. Okay, knight b6 doesn't allow b7. We could go here and offer the same queen trade. Yeah, b4 is so annoying. Rook to the d file is probably just completely reasonable here. Rook to the d file. If he goes here, I go here. Just trade everything off. Takes, queen moves somewhere. No, this b4 move always comes with that knight there. Okay, let's try this then. I just need to double check that line, but then we're locking it in. Takes, rook takes. Knight here, rook over. And then b6, rook down. It is actually hard to defend that pawn in that line. Rook to the d file now runs into this. What if I go for this? Just attack his bishop, make no pretense about it. Yeah, that looks reasonable. Rook to the d file, takes. And then, how do I handle the rest of my position there? Here, takes. Yeah, that looks reasonable. I like that approach, I think. Any knight moves? No. Takes. Maybe just rook b8 is actually a good idea here. Rook b8 lets me develop a lot more naturally, and yeah, rook b8 and I'll keep these tempos in reserve. Rook b8 and then that lets b6 happen a lot easier. And it also threatens b5. I also have this option, which actually looks pretty reasonable too. Here, rook here, and then knight f6 makes a lot of sense. So here, rook here, knight f6. Sort of saying, if you want it, you got to move. He goes here. b6 is no longer possible. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Rook here, rook here, rook here, knight here. Sorry. Rook takes, rook, queen moves somewhere. Queen moves here, let's say. Where does my knight go? Don't like that. Rook b8, rook here. I can just punch through this move. Well, I can't play it yet, but I can play knight move. What if I just do knight move now? What's wrong with this? I'm developing to b7 anyway. Oh, the problem is this pawn hangs when I move my okay, rook b8. We're gonna try that. Yeah, rook b8. Rook b8, knight b6. These squares are covered. Knight b6, bishop d7, bishop c7, and then that should just be consolidated and up a pawn. Yeah, he has a lot of activity. It's not like being up a true pawn. You're welcome, my friend. I will support you with the host when I see you online. Ah, thanks, friend. I appreciate it. Are you a streamer yourself, Big Boss? Yeah, we played in round 3. Yeah, you gave me the dirty, if I remember. We played a long endgame, or was that Make a Reason? That might have been Make a Reason. Let's look you up. A random move. You and I, one game with me. Oh, it was the Alapin. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got destroyed. You found that really crazy move. Okay, yeah, good game, man. You're a hell of a player, man. Maybe you should be taking on the FMs. Okay, so yeah, rook b8. And then with the intention of this, this, and this, and then my position should just be fine. The only thing I do need to think about is after this and this and this, he has a5, but I think I'll be fine because I can just insert bishop c6 first and then find a square for my knight. And basically any square should be fine. Not basically any square, maybe even a8, to be honest, as weird as it sounds. Whew, I am running low on time, so I will have to manage that better from here on out. From here on out, it should just be liquidate, find intuitive moves. Ultimately, this position's still drawn. This 3-on-4 is not enough for a winning position. Even if I do manage to like get rid of his advantage. So here, and what if he just doesn't move the bishop? What if he just goes like moves the knight or something? Just moves the knight back. I think I'm still fine with that. I can just get my bishop out, and there's like eventually I think he will end up having to move the bishop. I think. We'll see. Yeah, manager games, etc. Concentrate on your game, I don't want to discuss. Oh yeah, thanks man. You don't want to distract. Yeah, thanks man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay. So he's using a bit of time here. My e6 pawn is actually kind of doing a lot of work here. It's preventing his knight from access to this square, preventing the bishop, preventing the queen, preventing access on the e-file. This e-pawn is worth its weight in gold. If I lost this e-pawn, my position... Imagine this position, but without that e-pawn, like the type of moves that would be coming in. I would be getting crushed. Pretty crazy to think about, right? That the e-pawn's just worth so much. Like there's honestly a line of thought where he just goes rook e1 and then tries crushing me on this e-pawn. But I don't think it works because I have knight b6. I don't think it works. Oh well, up a pawn's up a pawn. You can never complain too much. One of my fears was that he might have these sorts of moves attacking the rook, but as far as I can tell, he doesn't have those. He might have it like after this and then try and come into these squares. But if he tries anything that slow, I think I can just go like this, and then connect the rooks as the defense. Oh, no, I can't. I can't. Okay, well, that's something to think about. So if he goes here, I go here, he goes here, I go here. If he can just take the knight. All right, I need to figure out. Oh, I can just go fork here. Wait, here, here. What am I imagining? I was imagining here, 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 attacking the. Okay, so if I do this, that's not a problem because the queen defends the knight where it didn't before. Okay, so he's going for maiden 1. It's generally considered good practice to prevent that. So I have queen g6, totally reasonable. Queen g6, he has this. Attacking the rook. e5? No, attacking the rook and the queen. That's a nice little tactic he's found himself. Huh. So g6 doesn't work. Interesting. So g6, this is the move. No, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, wait, g6? No, queen g6, this is the move. Where he's attacking the queen and the rook on the same turn. But no, then I attack. No, that's fine. That position's fine. because I can just take the bishop and my knight defends that. But then rook here? Ah. No. Because if rook takes, then this takes. Hey, maybe queen g6 is the treatment here. I also have g6 and then this next turn. Just cleanly winning the bishop. I suppose it's not so clean because after here, queen takes, I don't have bishop d7. Okay, so g6, queen g6, and queen f. Well, queen f5 immediately loses a pawn. But it does trade like very nicely into a endgame in which it's just dead equal. I don't want to do that. Okay, here, this doesn't work because I just take. If he goes here, I can just back up. And then, yeah, that position's fine. Okay, let's try this. Queen g6, though, there's other discoveries on my queen, no? Here. Yeah, that's still irritating. I don't want that. Okay, let's try g6 then. g6 will just have to be the treatment. He doesn't have a dark square bishop. This isn't the worst thing. And his knight is quite a distance from being an issue. And now I have this. Yeah, this is probably the way. Here, here, here. And then we're doing great. Here, some queen move. Here, here. Rook to the d file, and then here and here. And then that position should be totally fine. Coolio. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Coolio, like the rapper, Coolio. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Let me respond. Sorry, just need to respond to my friends. Okay, sorry guys. I'm aware that it's not great stream content to see someone texting. If you want to see someone texting, you just meet up with your friends, right? Sorry, lads. Okay, so let's see what he does here. This is a pretty important point for him. I think I might, if I was him, I might play bishop b1. It's not totally unreasonable. Okay. Bishop b1. Knight here, he now has new ideas of attacking the knight. Okay. So here, some queen move. Let's say here. Take, 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 take. And how do I activate? b5? Here, 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 here. Maybe just rook to the d file. I can just activate later. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, let's just shoot for this. I don't think there's any point in stalling much longer. It's very hard for him to avoid the queen trade here. I really hope, yeah, none of this is on. I just need to be very careful because this rook is technically hanging. It's a tactical problem in the position. Okay, 13 minutes. That's not a lot of time. I need to pace up a bit. Yeah, okay, so he's attacking the knight. Might have to just take the bishop here. Yeah, we'll probably end up just having to take the bishop here. If I attack his rook, where does it go? Rook lift. Then I just activate. That's annoying. Huh. Okay. It's annoying but not fatal. So here, takes, rook over. Yeah, these checks are annoying but not fatal. Oh, they're close to fatal actually. Okay, I need to be very careful. What's the correct treatment? Takes, let's say queen takes. Rook to the d file, not an option. b6, b4, b4, takes. Yeah, once these moves start landing, they actually hurt a fair bit. My queen should be an adequate defender. So takes. If rook takes, I'll probably just play rook here. Takes, b5 is now possible. With takes. Here, just back up. And then here, I go here. Here check, I go here. It's irritating, but should be totally harmless. Do I see anything better? I can go here, but he just lifts. What about then there? Then where does he go? Some queen move. No, takes b5. That's what I'm going to go with. Takes. b5 should finally allow me to activate. This move is irritating, but far from fatal. b5, takes. And then, bishop a6 maybe? Maybe this was hasty. Takes, maybe push. And then once the knight moves, then I activate. My queen might end up having to be a defender here. He does have a lot of piece activity. If my queen ends up not being a defender, let's say takes. Yeah, if for some reason my queen ends up here, his mating threat is check, but I don't think there is a threat after that. Then I guess this discovery. After any check, I just have queen up and threatening to take with the queen. Or queen e7 and shit. It should be totally fine. This pawn on the king side might be a bit loose is the only thing I need to worry about. But other than that, I think my position's totally okay. I think definitely at some point pushing. The problem is if I get my bishop to b7 after takes, he has knight takes. And that position is alright, but could be better. I could trade off a pair of rooks there. Probably gets active. Yeah, I do have takes, knight takes. I have this. So maybe that's not actually a threat. So takes, some move by him, and then just bishop b7. And on any knight move, I can just take. Looks a bit risky because the rook's doubled up and all that, but I think my bishop will plug the e-file really nicely. Whew, stressful. Very, very stressful. Yeah, so his knight's coming in. I also had an idea to like pin his knight. I can also just take here. If I take here, what happens? What does he have? Does he actually have anything? He has this move, attacking the rook. And after the bishop moves, he has check. I go up. The rook comes in. None of that's threatening anything. Is it too greedy to take the pawn? I don't think it is. Because this move, yeah, it's annoying, but after bishop e7, this check is nothing. Right? I'm going to take the pawn. I don't have much time. I'm just trusting that this is fine. Bishop e7, bishop b5 at some point. Okay, so he's now all in on his attack, I think, is kind of the gist of the game. If his attack works, it works. If it doesn't work, he's lost. Which is pretty impressive if you ask me. One sec. Oh, geez, I am stressed. Oh, I feel like I've aged. Aged a lot playing this game. Where's my channel? Here. Okay. See, the thing is I up 2 pawns with, dare say, a winning position. Where'd the real ass blasting go? He hasn't. Oh, shit. That's a move. Okay. If I play here now, check is actually something. Is it? I go here, check here. Rook lifts are all non-threatening. Bishop e7, what if he attacks my queen? I always have squares for my queen, I think. With checks and moving back and forth. Alright. It's a little complicated, so I just have to make sure, but bishop e7, queen d6 isn't anything, this isn't anything. Worst case, I can just take. And then push through. Okay, let's try this. I'm really trusting that check is nothing. Really fucking trusting that check is nothing. I don't think there's any queen trap. None of this is... Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, I'm losing. Oh boy. Oh, I did it again. Here. And I'm lost. Oh god. Arguably that's worse. Maybe this is fine. Rook c8, double check. No, this is not fine. The double check kills me. If I move out of this, what does he have? Just this is winning sufficiently. If I attack his rook and he takes my rook, takes, queen takes, rook takes, that's fine. Here, there's no double checks anymore. So he goes for the fork. I move my rook over. If he takes the rook, I take the rook. He takes the rook. and then I take here. And then what I have, I'm down the exchange with check here being very, very threatening. King here. Here. F6. Knight takes. Kind of looks like I might be surviving that. Here, check. I go back. He goes here. Not surviving that. Here. Rook here. Oh boy. Okay, wait. Here. Here. Let's say double check. Here. 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 I mean, this doesn't look totally unreasonable. B4. Double check here, I just go up. B4, check here, go here, check here, go here. He'll take my rook. I'll take his rook. B4. Double check here, here, here. Rook here. F5. That's just gonna have to be the try because I don't see anything else and I'm running low on time. Oh boy. I think I really fucked this one up, boys. I think I really fucked this one up. I shouldn't have played bishop e7. I think f5 was probably winning. Yeah, f5 was probably winning. Okay. Not the double check I would have gone with, but it seems to be mating. Here, here is mate. But this was my idea to prevent all of that. Okay. Okay, well look, I have two moves to choose from, and this definitely gets me mated. So let's try the alternative. So here, 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 maybe fine. Hard to say. Here, 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 here. No, if he does here, here, I lose the queen. Okay. Okay, well then this is just over because he can just take the queen. Yeah, okay. GG. Good game. Oh man. Up 2 pawns. Okay, let's throw in an analysis. I can't be too upset. He played amazingly. Oh, he didn't play. Sorry, he didn't play amazingly. He just found really good counterplay. Yeah. So b5 was already like losing apparently. Wow, he played so accurately. Wow. Okay. Let's oh, someone's already put in analysis. Let's turn on this board so you guys can see it and you can read the chat. Thank you for the compliment about the stream. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna move this like down and make it small so that you guys can see all the analysis. Okay, let's have a gaze. What did I do? Okay, so white seems to go for a setup of rook e1, looks dangerous. Knight b4, blah blah blah. Queen a7, knight e4. Would you mind not putting engine scores in the chat, please? Taking away some of the fun. Did anyone put engine scores? I don't see any engine scores in the chat. This is main 2, free queen. Okay. So yeah, there was a point where I was doing well in this game. Let's just quickly have a look. So the opening, knight c6 is all theory, bishop e7 theory, rook takes d1. So apparently a few people have tried castles, but rook takes d1 seems to be the consensus. And what was my issue with this tempo lose? I think I had some issue with this. I remember, I'll have to review the stream. I don't even remember why I didn't like the line. So queen c7 has also been tried, e4, e5. I thought e5 was dead lost. What do I do after this? Yeah, and after this? Whoa, but I thought he takes with check. Pawn takes? Ah. Huh. All right, so I miscalculated there. That's really interesting. That's really, really interesting. Okay. So here takes, okay, wait, let's go back to the main line. So here, best move, yeah, the engine briefly considered, did anyone see that? It like briefly considered this, but it doesn't work. The line as I saw it was with this move, with takes, but then after this I didn't see anything. I can take the pawn. Well, I am missing a lot today. Okay. A lot of miscalculation. Okay, let's just continue looking through. Knight d4, takes, rook to the c file, takes, that was correct, takes was correct. I offered this queen trade, but queen b8, that's a hard move to find. Queen 8, wow, these are all really hard moves to find. Rook b8 seems to be fine. And then this was the move. So I thought this didn't work for some reason. I thought this was a problem. But don't you just take my rook? Oh, no, this was fine. So why did I disregard this line? Oh, no, I thought the problem was here. Wow, this line was totally fine. Why didn't I play it? And then takes, and then takes. Wow, okay. Wow, okay, so there's a lot of lines I've missed here just through miscalculation. Maybe I'll need to work on my accuracy of calculation. So what is the difference that makes b6 viable, but this not viable? I don't see the difference between b6 and b5. I was just incredibly strong towards the end. From here I'm already lost, so it doesn't matter what I play, queen takes or not queen takes. f5, he can play this anyway? Wow, wow, what a find. Okay, crazy, crazy finds. And then take 6. Yeah, okay, so if I can just figure out the distinction between b6 and b5 here, we'll be Gucci. b6 would have been fine here. What was my problem with b6? b4. Takes. I guess this transposes to the other line that Stockfish says was fine. That's a hard line to see. So b6? He still has an advantage even though I'm up a pawn in this position. Okay, b6, yeah, I didn't see what to do against rook d6. Queen back. Rook, yeah, this is still like considered a better position for him by Stockfish. Alright, so I honestly don't fault myself here. It's weird to say, but how can I like, how do I put it? What are the chances I find queen b8? What are the chances I find queen h6? Like pretty low, right? Queen h6, yeah, that's. And then there's some finesse here where this is no longer. But like, can't I just do this with b5? Ah, the b6 pawn. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, I get it. And then I have to give the pawn back. Okay, so my position's kind of like already kind of busted after this. Okay, well, that's. Are you playing another? I just got here. Probably that'll be my only game for the day. I need to go do some exercise. But thank you everyone for watching, and I'm sorry I didn't deliver on being a pawn up. But I'm pretty happy. That's a FIDE master. I had the black pieces, and I didn't make it look like I was trolling, right? We all agree? Let me just move my camera back and resize it. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I think I got affiliate today, so thank you for that too.